Aquarius, what's good? I'm your wild and free high priest, chillin'. My name's Armando. This is a message for the Aquarius Sun and Moon Rising Collective for the upcoming first week of November as we approach the full moon in Taurus, post the new moon in Libra and first quarter moon in Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. Ever so grateful for our energetic exchange. Ever so grateful, as always, to connect. Once again, this is an Aquarius Sun Moon Rising Collective reading for the first week of November. Regardless of your natal placement, I ask that you take only what resonates. This may resonate with you regardless of those natal placements. If it does, hit like. Leave me a comment, subscribe. If it does not resonate, leave it behind, right? You know what to do. I ask that our guides, the highest, most brilliant, divine white light, protect me and us as I channel and interpret for your Aquarius divine. So with your the energy's wild in this moon in Pisces on Halloween. Happy Halloween and happy holidays. Happy birthday if you are a sun in Scorpio. Wow, nature spirit. Wow, okay, a lot here. Yeah. So a lot of good as an expansive expansion in general in many aspects of your life. So the new moon in Libra for you, especially for Aquarius rising, as horoscopes are based on your rising sign, it marked a significant point in which you are really clearly receiving and interpreting knowledge, experience with, it could be any type of partnership. It could be romantic, family, or work related. Okay, you are redetermining what you truly desire. So this could mark a time where you may want to either leave a relationship or come into a new relationship, or both. Your friendships or close partnerships are asserting you to move in a new direction. And so how can you make the decision? How will you make the decision? You have to, or the horoscope advises you to release a lot of the relationships that you've determined won't allow you or will hold you back. Truly, ultimately, it is a reflection on you. And so it's best not to lean too much into being too stubborn or hard-headed, but it is more like, do you need clarity, especially in the mind, especially to take on, is it that someone does stand in the way of you moving on to bigger, better, greener pastures? Are these pastures actually greener, as in Saturn-esque? Have you actually worked to remove blockages and obstacles and impediments so that you can clearly determine what you need to work on? Have you been working on that and taking ownership and leadership? And then the full moon in Taurus will, if it not already, is enlightening you to a new, or maybe a new lover, or there's even tendency to maybe want to go outside the relationship, but take that only if it resonates and how it pertains to you, because it doesn't mean like, you know, if you're not in any sort of open relationship, doesn't mean you're going behind your partner's back. Only you would know that. And, you know, sometimes it comes up in the astrology, and for the Piscean Aquarian waves, it could very well be involved. Does it have to be done in the dark, or is it coming to light? Maybe also you have met a person with Piscean placements And it's not necessarily that I want to say that it's something long lasting. It can be, and that's for you to know and for me to just talk about, as in reference the horoscope. This lover, this Piscean friend or whatever can be just helping you to really see your value. Okay, so treat everyone fairly, including yourself, is all I have to say. This is a divinely orchestrated, as in Saturn has your back if you're doing the work. Okay, look, you've got courage to create this magic. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Take only what resonates. Leave the rest to the rest. Hit like if it does resonate, right? What do we have in store? What do the guides of the highest, most brilliant divine white light have in store for the Aquarius Sun and Rising Collective for the first week of November as we approach the full moon in Taurus? Thank you so much. 1, sacred symbols. Okay, knowledge. Yeah, transmutation. We've been talking a lot about this card 44 and then knowledge. So this is especially about that longer vision, right? The first quarter moon in Aquarius asserts that yes, it's possible. Yes, you can do it if you're leaving a relationship or if you want a long-lasting relationship, no matter what venue or vicinity or whether it's like a family or new friendships or deepening a relationship or friendships or work, right? How can you keep the end goal in mind, not get caught up in all the drama, is maybe the way I can put it. Not that there is drama, but the proverbial the show that is being a human, right? In a very William Shakespearean kind of way. Okay, 3 archetypes for the Aquarius Sun and Rising Collective for the first week of November. What is the situation that they are facing, that they are in this first week of November, and what is the challenge in this situation in the next week, and what is the origin or the basis of this situation? 3 cards. Okay. You realize you're no longer happy. Okay. The offering. Yes. So you're either it's way out here. Wow. What the hell? Where's this crone coming from? Okay. Yes. Saturn. The Dark Mother, or whatever you work with. It's just what's been kept in the dark, right? What's been kept hidden that you've even hidden from yourself. A desire. Aligning with a false desire. I'm not saying you're doing this, but you're acknowledging anything like that if that is part of your storyline and your what's been going on for you, right? Your timeline. Perhaps you've already done this. You're seeing the fruits of your labor. So you are being congratulated as far as a level up spiritually, and then here come the rest of your abundant flourishings. Harvest, right? Okay, 3 cards. So we have the Mystic. Okay, so yes, asserting your truth. Others are helping you to do this, whether friendships, teachers, guardians, guides, energetic, or truly in the physical realm. The challenge is, can you sustain momentum? Can you sustain forward movement? Can you maintain posterity? Can you maintain centered focus on the goal without being overconsumed, without burning out, without overcommitting, without overdoing, without fighting, without negating, without arguing? Okay, how can you actually honor everyone's truth? Because it is a reflection of how you treat yourself. How will you treat the situation if you are leaving or entering, or if you are experiencing soulmates on a level like here for a reason, here for a season, the whatnot. The Sagittarius reading, especially, and also the latest Capricorn reading. Okay. The river is the origin or the basis of the situation. 34, the river. Down by the river. Okay. So you have the strength, you establish enough strength, you possess the strength to protect yourself, not become overprotective. You know which boundaries to place, to effect into place, okay? So that you come out of this winning, okay, at the top of your game and earning, attaining what you truly desire. That is especially then it brings up the make sure your truth is connected to your heart. Okay, are you being honest with yourself first and foremost? Okay, it's not about like getting what you want. It is, but it isn't really about getting it right away, or it's more so how can that be, how can that happen for you, right, without losing sight of what you do want. Okay, the mystic, you've card 21, there's a truth, there's a situation, a truth that needs to be brought to light. Okay, it's transformative, meaning it could it's cataclysmic, meaning it can cause the ripple, it'll ripple out, it's a domino effect. Does it have to be chaotic, destructive, dramatic? You decide, right? What are you actually faced with, as in what is the takeaway? 24, the sustainer. Okay, the challenge is not losing your, temper or losing your shit, right? Aquarius, what's good? 'Tis the season, right? To let it come to light. Now, use the powers that be, your knowledge from what you've gathered. Also, is it sustainable? Do you want to sustain, or is this the time to put it down, right? Again, putting down the fight. But putting down the fight doesn't mean you're no longer sustaining it. It means you're not struggling to sustain it. So perhaps it's the relationship or where you're at that you no longer want to be a part of or be in. And that doesn't mean you're not sustaining your truth. That means you are in alignment with getting what you want by honoring the truth. There you go. Okay, it is a reflection. So if you're, for example, if you're maintaining something and sustaining something, fighting for it, struggling for it to be sustained and maintained, even though you know truthfully that it is not something you do want, then that is a reflection of not honoring the truth. So others may not deliver the truth, may not give you the truth. And so then it becomes the dramatic, chaotic mess, right? That's very mystically aligned with wisdom, okay? With transformative power, the powers that be that transform and catalyze, cataclysmically allow you to get the F out of situations that you no longer want to give to. The Bardo, holy mama moly. Pluto took you there, right? Pluto in Aquarius is like, Uranus and Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius. They're like, we need you over here. We need you to come over here. With Saturn in Pisces, it does give me that effect, like Pluto in Aquarius, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces currently, while they're all retrograding, they're kind of in that dark place. They're really digging for treasures. Mercury was in Scorpio during the new moon in Libra. Okay, so it's like that all came to light, it came to head. Something comes to head, right? Knowledge. And that points you in the direction that you really want to go. So you've been met with transformative powers, and that can mean like you've met someone new, or your friendships are really enlightening you, or your family, your friends, your work colleagues, someone or something, or some folks are truly pointing you to the fact that you should have exactly what you want if they see that you are being truly honest with yourself, which that's the message we're going with, right, Aquarius? Thank you. What is the Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising Collective leaving behind? Over the next week, what is at the top of their mind? What is their focus, right? And what are you looking ahead towards? Looking forward to, okay. Well, justice, karmic justice, okay. No longer fighting to keep some sort of relationship intact, okay. Or many, or some will not survive, okay. Yeah, looking at how you can leave what you need to leave behind, okay. Looking forward to now actually going with the decision. Wow, it's 11-12. And this is card 12, the Hangman, Neptune. We were just talking about Neptune and Pisces, right? So the end of a relationship, or actually admitting and letting that out, letting the truth out after understanding. And maybe it's like that means you're left out, right? So manifesting the harvest from the mirror, from the river, from actually, it's very emotional, I know. What's at the top of your mind? Okay. Yes, self-forgiveness, caring for yourself, doing the right thing, Page of Cups, love, a brand new beginning in love, okay? And then you're looking forward to valor, the victory, but you're looking forward to no longer putting up a fight for something that you don't believe is worth the fight, right? Mars in Leo, okay? So you're exalted by spirit. This is considering if you do want to put down the fight, right? If you no longer want to struggle for what you've determined isn't meant to be in your life, okay? Through guidance, through perseverance, through basically giving up the fight. Okay. You're putting it down. No longer. Okay. Basta. Stop. Mars in Leo. Yes. And that means this is truly you doing you, but in a form where you really do care for yourself. So in order for you to show up in your best, whatever that means, best attitude, best behavior, best light, best form, to really show up as your true self, authentically, your creative, childlike, free flowing self. It means this. It means first eliminating to then receive, to gain, right? Which is resounding message, especially in the Scorpio season, right? And that's what you know now. And then it's like, okay, what have I actually learned? What have I gained from it? So it's not without gain, even though there's a loss. The loss comes with a gain of knowledge, right? And then From there, you shift into wise action, valor, Seven of Wands. That one decision to commit to no longer fighting for the same thing and fighting for something new, or is it a fight? Are you now removing the struggle? So that means you're working towards something new, right? Showing up in a new way. You're getting attention somewhere else. In your power. Wow, the Page of Wands. Princess of Wands. Okay. So we have this watery Scorpionic. Yes, Scorpio. And then Pisces. We have the fiery Leo, Mars and Leo. And then we have the fiery Leo, Page of Wands. That's where your strength lies in. That's where truth therein lies, in what we just spoke about. Okay, that's the actual gain, independence. So first going at it seemingly alone, cutting it out. But will you be ultimately alone? No, unless that's what your choice is. But you have many good friends around you. Okay, you're creating something new, manifesting something new, aligning with the path. These freaking pages want to bust out. So there's like a Scorpio, Pisces that you're like focused on or something, or they're focused on you. Maybe take it easy, or maybe you feel they need to take it easy. Like they're either it's you or them, right? Aquarius, where it's like, have the details been fleshed out? I don't know. No. Like, that's what I mean, is like, not everything is on the table. So is there a reason to focus too much on the details at the moment if you don't know all the details? Maybe you do want to know all the details, right? Okay. In your surroundings, in your immediate environment, what is around? Yeah, it's like friends or something else has got your attention. Your mind's on something else. Your mind is on love. Your mind is on self-care. Your mind is on your body. Your mind is on a new attachment, or maybe not being attached, or just celebration, party, the holiday season, the holidays, Three of Cups. This is also abundance in love, right? Most readers regard the Three of Cups as like, I don't know, the third party. It is more like the party. It's the party. It's a love party, or it's a friendship party, or it's you earning money, going to make money, or going to celebrate, or going to have fun. So limit yourself appropriately. Do you need to dive into the deep end, right? Three of Cups, abundance. Also, there's lots of talking. Maybe you and your friends are talking. They're talking it out, right? What's good, Aquarius? Okay. What is your advice? Jeez, what's the advice for the Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising Collective based on this reading for the next week, the first week of November, on our way to the full moon in Taurus? Wow, there's a lot. Wow, karma. The advice is to follow through, to make sure that you leave what needs to be left behind, that you make the decision, that you be clear, that you honor everyone's feelings or truth, right? Justice. Look, regardless of what happens, whether you're moving on from a partnership that isn't working out, it's not necessarily about you landing in a new relationship, right? It's about you knowing that the experience has led you to make clear decisions for yourself, okay? For your health and your wealth, your spiritual knowledge, okay? That moves you. What is now true inspiration? You're entering a whole new era or being, okay? Libra, this is it. This is the time for you to leave what isn't working out for you in your greatest good, okay? Make sure that you're moving in that unconditionally loving manner. Meaning, is it appropriate for you to make people upset? I don't know, but can you help it that people may be upset? Likely not. Does it mean that people will be upset? No. It just means that you have to do what you have to do. You have to follow the truth. And we have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, Jupiter in Pisces. Don't forget to eliminate that excess, right? Being very balanced and fair in your decision making, and also how you take action, and also what you're involved in. Okay, what's the outcome based on this reading? Okay, yeah, leap of faith. Wow, the Empress. Taking responsibility. Okay. Not just to be responsible, but to also have fun going where you've been wanting to go, right? Yeah. Nine of Cups. Oh my God, Gemini. Here. The Lovers. Making the right choice. Contentment. Happiness. The Star card. Okay, clarity and lost at the bottom of the deck. So we have card number 8. Adjustment, which is the Libran Justice card, and then we have the Leo Lust card number 11. Remember, in the Hermetic tradition, they switch the secrets, okay? So like something comes to light, but this just means that instead of there is that difference in this turnout, is that even though this is karmic, a karmic effect and part of your fated destined path, it turns out better for you as long as you can manage the ego, right? Not become so stubborn. So staying if you don't want to stay, for example, letting go of what needs to be let go, doing it rightfully in a more responsible manner. So executing the decision without causing more rifts than there already are, or causing more arguments than there already have been, right? And then we have the Star card. We have you. We have you here. Mm-hmm. This is being very clear, okay? And getting what you want, getting what you deserve after being through. Okay, after coming out of that, putting down the fight, you took a lot of time to care for yourself. Whether that means your health, I believe it's all of it. Health, self-care, self-forgiveness, really seeing yourself. If, say, you were to make this decision, that decision, coming on the understanding that it isn't necessarily the decision you make, but it's actually making the decision and then going forth with it to produce the opposing effect that is still equal. Okay, that removes you from that bind. Okay, that allows you and everyone that is around you to reflect that it's not just you that's growing up or growing out of this, or leaving this, it's like everyone gets to move on as well. Everyone gets to reel in the celebration. Okay, everyone gets to celebrate at the end. Unless it is a misery loves company sort of thing, right? Maybe you're really over that. Why? You're really over that. You really want to make the move. 7 of Wands, clarity on the 7 of Wands. Okay, look. It's like the hangman between both of you. The King of Wands, the hangman, and the Queen of Wands. So Pisces, Aries, and then Pisces, Neptune, and then Leo, fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. Okay. Both of you have, this is like a karmically fated coupling, whether it lasts or not, right? Just becoming enlightened to moving on, what you have attracted, what you're attracting, right? The power, the magic, spiritual kind of elevation as well, spiritual healing. You've come across someone who provides that healing through this like care. Yes, that was in the horoscope, right? Like you've met someone who's like very caring for you. This doesn't have to be a love situation or relationship or romantic partnership, but it can very well be, although both of you are very independent. So that's what means to me, like, does it have to involve that? Does it have to be so involved? It is just meant for you to be enlightened to the knowledge that then becomes active state, like an active release. It allows you to actively release what needs to be cut out, and then allows you to suppress the ego enough so that the ego works in your favor instead of against you, and you no longer are possessed and suppressed and stay in those confines, or the relationship that isn't working, or those situations that are no longer working, and more so those situations that you don't want to be in. Okay, you become enlightened to your attractive qualities as well. This person kind of asserts that within you. Okay, allows you to hold your power. Just stay true to yourself. Sun in Capricorn. In the next 2 months, everything will be very different. You have to integrate what you've learned and feelings. Okay, honor true emotions and allow them to pass as they will, as they shall, and come out of that misery, the desolate fields, right? Come to fruitfulness. Yeah, quickly move on from this anxiety-ridden situation where your mind is scattered, right? Clarity on the Princess of Wands. Okay. Okay, look. And the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So we have 4 of Wands, Mars and Aries. We have the Emperor. We have 4-4. This is Aries. Okay, so brand new beginning. And yes, you've received a lot of advice. Now, what is being done in secret comes to light. And maybe you don't want to fight that fight, right? Like, it's like fighting dirty. Both parties, or all parties involved, like too much effort in the fight, too much. Is it worth it? Would you rather than take accountability, the Emperor, get yourself together and go on about you to start anew? Okay, you've gotten enough feedback and you've received both sides of the coin. It's like perhaps they snuck away, you snuck away sort of thing. Or it's that feeling like, I have to get the hell out of here. I have to leave this bad camp to go where I can flourish and blossom and take accountability. And if you are masculine, like to really show up as like that. Yes, show up as like it doesn't matter if you're masculine or not. That's not what I mean. But like, just take action for you. Responsible action, mature. Yeah. It is almost like taking the feeling of having to take the higher, what is it called? Jeez, I'm so awful at this. The higher, not stooping to their level, not stooping, not going low, take the higher ground, or yes. And why? The Star card as the outcome. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. It's very Star card. Yes, Three of Swords wanted to come out. Saturn in Libra. Okay, getting clarity on the decision that you want to make, whether you're going to show back up, how you have to show up, or whether you're going, whether you're leaving. Regardless of your decision, you have to show up differently so that the cycle doesn't repeat itself. So you decide, use discernibility. If this is something that is over and ending, that's not the end all be all. The true wisdom comes in you not repeating the cycle. Okay, so understanding not only that you have to end that situation, making the decision and taking action to end it, but then creating new action through behavioral and perspective shifts. Okay, attitude shift as well, to come into a new cycle, right? That's exactly what you want. So perhaps it's just taking that action accordingly, right? Taking decisive action and then taking action to do it differently through all those behavioral shifts, okay? Spiritually aligned and in self-care coming out of that. Okay, two more, right? Knowing the direction that you want to go, even though you know you can go many of ways. Not being bamboozled anymore. Yeah, there's a lot to say about a masculine here, Mars in Scorpio. Really not suffering at the hands of this relationship, or because this relationship is insufferable, right? Like, it's just not honoring your true power. It's almost like you have learned the lesson, and now you don't want to repeat the cycle anymore. Regardless, you're guided by spirit to probably leave this situation. Okay, the Temperance card. Frustration creates then that decisive action through transmutation, right? Transmutation is involved in you facing fears, facing that well of sadness, okay, the depression or the anxiety or the troublesome behaviors, okay, the Five of Cups, facing that directly. Yes, it was once part of your life. It was something that you were sustaining, and now you understand that you have other grounds to cover, other lands. There's movement being created from facing all of your fears, then facing those issues directly by creating the opposite effect, so that you no longer are sustaining that. And then the new comes in as you're guided by the light. Temperance. I honor you, Aquarius. Keep it motherfucking real, okay, boo? I got you. Tis the season. I believe in you. The Star card is here. That's you. You got Temperance, the Emperor. You got Queen of Wands, King of Wands. You got action, okay? You got a whole actionable items list. On that note, we got to go. Keep it real. I'll be back with more. Enjoy. Ciao.